Today we are going to learn a very easy chapter in botany जिसका नाम है plant nutrition. Let's talk about me first. I am Mantosh Patnaik from Deshbandhu College doing a zoology honors. But yeah, I do have a bit of interest in plants. So lot of talking about me. So let's move to the chapter again. जो chapter आज हमने choose करा है that is known as plant nutrition. Now, how is plant nutrition important and why is it easy? Now, जब भी हम बॉटनी पढ़े इट्स अ वेरी कॉमन कंसर्न कि बॉटनी को कोरिलेट करने में there's lot of problem but zoology is easy. Botany is about plants, zoology is about animals. So whenever you have problems in botany correlating करने में तो you can just correlate it with yourself. जैसे let's talk about plant nutrition. Plant nutrition जो है या mineral nutrition जो है वो that's an important part of the plant's diet. जैसे when we talk about ourselves, our diet consists of carbohydrates, proteins, fat, vitamins and minerals. लेकिन इन सारी चीजों में we don't require everything in the same quantity. We require them in different quantities. Let's say protein requirement बहुत ज़्यादा होती है हमारी in grams, carbohydrates also in grams or calories, fats also in grams. डेली रिक्वायरमेंट जो हमारी होती है. बट व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट विटामिन्स और मिनरल्स उनकी क्वांटिटी बहुत ही कम होती है एज वी रिक्वायर इन डेली डाइट. कुछ माइक्रोग्राम्स में होती हैं, कुछ मिलीग्राम्स में होती हैं. सो द अमाउंट ऑफ विटामिन्स और मिनरल्स वो कम जरूर होती है बट उनका इंपॉर्टेंस बहुत ज़्यादा होता है. जैसे अगर विटामिन और मिनरल हमारे बॉडी में कम हो जाए वी फेस अ नंबर ऑफ डेफिशिएंसी डिजीजेस. इन द सेम वे जो प्लांट है, प्लांट ऑल्सो फेसेस अ नंबर ऑफ डेफिशिएंसी डिसऑर्डर्स जो सिम्टम्स के फॉर्म में बाहर आती है whenever a particular mineral is absent in the plant. और प्लांट को भी कुछ चीजें होती है जो बहुत ज्यादा क्वांटिटी में रिक्वायर्ड होती हैं, कुछ चीजें होती है जो बहुत कम क्वांटिटीज में रिक्वायर्ड होती हैं. जैसे क्योंकि हम मिनरल न्यूट्रिशन के बारे में बात करें सो विल स्टार्ट इट. जैसे कार्बन हो गया, हाइड्रोजन, ऑक्सीजन, these elements these are required in the maximum amount. क्यों? Because they form the structural element of the plant. जो पूरा plant का body है it's made up of carbon and like cellulose से बना है. There is calcium pectate, magnesium pectate. There is whole structure is made up of let's say cellulose thickenings. It's made up of scleroids and बहुत सारा जो maximum bulk of the matter is made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. These form the basic. लेकिन जैसे we get ill if we don't take a particular vitamin or let's say mineral, वैसे plant they suffer from diseases if they don't get a particular mineral. And the seriousness of the deficiency of a disorder is much more in case of plants. क्योंकि like in case of human अगर we don't get a particular nutrient through a food, we take it in the form of tablets or we take it in the form of capsules. हम external source से ले सकते हैं. But जो plant है, it cannot take it from an external source. वो एक जगह पे rooted है. So it has to only depend upon the soil surface. और soil में जो बैक्टीरिया के साथ जो हम आगे पढ़ेंगे relationship है, उस पे depend करेगा कि like if it's able to procure a particular mineral nutrient or not. So let's start with the chapter with what are the methods of studying mineral nutrition. Now, क्या मेथड हो सकते हैं जिससे हम प्लांट को कौन सा न्यूट्रिशन चाहिए, कौन सा नहीं चाहिए, वो हम कैसे डिसाइड करें? तो डिसाइड इट लाइक इन केस ऑफ की ह्यूमंस वी हैव ब्लड टेस्टिंग, जैसे जिससे हम पता कर सकते हैं कि इफ अ पर्सन इज सफरिंग फ्रॉम लेट्स से डेंगू और चिकनगुनिया, और वी हैव एलाइसा जिससे हम टेस्ट कर सकते हैं इफ अ पर्सन इज सफरिंग फ्रॉम एड्स और नॉट. इन द सेम वे हम जो मिनरल न्यूट्रिएंट कौन सा रिक्वायर्ड है कौन सा नहीं है वो जानने के लिए वी यूज टेस्टिंग एंड ट्रायल मेथड और हिट एंड ट्रायल मेथड, जिससे हम लेट्स से एक जो प्लांट को हम ग्रो करें वी डिराइव इट लाइक डिप्राइव इट ऑफ अ पर्टिकुलर न्यूट्रिएंट और फिर उसका इफेक्ट देखते हैं प्लांट के ग्रोथ पे। जो सिम्टम्स आते हैं सो वी कैन टेल कि प्लांट में इफ यू आर नॉट गिविंग कैल्शियम तो ये वाला सिम्टम पर्टिकुलर सिम्टम आ रहा है, ग्रोथ मतलब ग्रोथ कम हो जा रही है या उसके मेरिस्टेम की ग्रोथ नहीं हो रही। फिर हम क्या करें, कैल्शियम को देंगे बट किसी दूसरे एलिमेंट जैसे पोटेशियम को कम कर देंगे और फिर उसका इफेक्ट देखेंगे। सो इन शॉर्ट हम एक एलिमेंट को बढ़ाएंगे एक को घटाएंगे। इन दिस वे बाय हिट एंड ट्रायल वी विल डिराइव हाउ अ प्लांट uses the nutrients, or agar in the absence of nutrients what are the symptoms that will be caused from it. A very important name in the method to study is of Julius von Sachs. Julius von Sachs was a German botanist जिसने एक process start करा था। In the year 1860 Julius von Sachs उसने एक मेथड स्टार्ट करा था जिसका नाम है हाइड्रोपोनिक्स। Now in biology whenever you have a confusion regarding एक वर्ड या टर्म जो बहुत ही ज्यादा हैवी लग रहा है उसका मतलब क्या है, so you can just break the words and know the meaning. So hydro से we always know hydro का मतलब पानी होता है, so it is something related with water. Okay, so what was this method which is related to water? Let's talk about it. Now Julius von Sachs उसने क्या करा, he thought of deriving a method जिसमें without the use of soil you could grow vegetables. Like you would be wondering कि how can we grow vegetables for any plant for that matter without soil, जो nutrient medium है, जो base है, supporting base है, matrix है, और जिससे ही हमें न्यूट्रिएंट्स प्लांट को मिलता है। सो उसने क्या करा, ही टोटली सॉइल का जो मैट्रिक्स है उसे हटा के ही मेड अ वाटर मीडियम। वाटर मीडियम में उसने न्यूट्रिएंट भी दिया, ही एरेटेड इट, ही प्रोटेक्टेड इट फ्रॉम एल्गल ग्रोथ एंड ही इन अ वे उसने डिराइव कर दिया एक मेथड जिसमें बिना सॉइल के यू कुड ग्रो प्लांट्स। दैट वाज एक्चुअली अमेजिंग। आई कैन शेयर एन एक्सपीरियंस। A few years back, I had been to the Rashtrapati Bhavan. वहाँ पे even they were advocating the use of hydroponics. Now the advantage of hydroponics, अगर मैं बताऊँ, is that where the place where there is less of soil या soil quality बहुत खराब है for agriculture, you can actually use this method to grow your crops. Other than this fact, in a country like Japan, जहाँ पे there are more number of people and less amount of space for growing crop and agriculture, वहाँ पे you can get crops in a vertical manner. Let's say this is a tank, this is the second tank, this is the third tank, and all of them have plants. मतलब in the same area or the same surface area you can grow a large number of plants vertically. It has also many other advantages which we'll see here now. Okay, so Julius von Sachs, what he did was a soil free culture. this is a term to be remembered here, soil free culture, because we are doing it in water. And let's see what are the other requirements for this thing. Now there are three openings in this case. ये मैंने standalone plant बनाया. Usually a lot of plants are grown in a row. Okay, I'm making a blue plant. And this is the root system. Okay, and एक और component we have it here, that is the aerating bulb or aerating channels. Okay, and यहाँ पे we have a supplementary system of adding more nutrient in case it is needed, a funnel actually, which is filled with nutrients. Okay, और इस total system को secure करने के लिए we have used a cork or a kind of plug here around here. So let us name the systems. This is the nutrient medium. जो ये nutrient medium है, it is usually prepared by a very known composition. जैसे nutrient medium usually has pure water or purified water. Plus you add your mineral salts. Okay, so nutrient medium में there's pure water and mineral salts. The mineral salts वो होंगे जो you want the plant to get. जैसे what are the mineral salts that are very required, very much required for the plant to grow. जैसे potassium हो गया, phosphorus हो गया, sulfur and all that stuff. Okay, now this is the aerating channel. Okay, now aerating channel का यहाँ पे function is very important, because वो होता है कि when the nutrient medium is like fixed, once it is fixed, तो you have to continuously agitate, या इसमें oxygen you have to continuously add in it, क्योंकि जो soil होता है, soil is not very tight. अगर आपने soil देखा होगा, it's very porous, उसमें बहुत सारे spaces होते हैं जहाँ पे you get lot of air. So in this हम वही चीज को replicate कर रहे हैं, so we are adding air into it. तो यहाँ से let's say we are adding oxygen. Okay, so इसका role यही है कि it will be helpful for the proper growth of the roots. Okay. Okay, and lastly, this is the funnel. फनल को हमने इसलिए ऐड करा है बिकॉज एज द प्लांट टेक्स अप द न्यूट्रिएंट्स फ्रॉम दिस मीडियम, धीरे धीरे ऑल द न्यूट्रिएंट यहाँ पे जो है दैट विल गेट लाइक लेट्स से डिमिनिश्ड, और या कम होते जाएगा. सो यू हैव टू कंटिन्यूअसली कीप ऑन एडिंग इट so that the plant does not suffer from any disorders. Let's say तो हमने यहाँ पे ऐड करा है extra nutrients for replenishment. Okay. Now there's another very important thing that has to be done here. It is covering the whole setup with a black paper. Okay, now this is a very important step because covering with black paper because इसके दो reasons है. The first is to prevent algal growth. Okay, usually आपने देखा होगा कि after the rainy season and all, कभी कभार इन जो गड्ढे होते हैं या a few shady places, वहाँ पे there's a growth of green, mossy, slippery mass. And that is an algal growth. अगर we allow an algal growth to occur in around here, let's say हम यहाँ पे this algae has started growing, so what the algae will do, it will start competing with the main plant here, जो जिसे grow करना हमारा motto है. It will start taking in the nutrients, और जिसकी वजह से both the plant that we are trying to grow will not grow very properly. The second thing is to protect the roots from sunlight. Okay. Now, why is it important to protect the let's say the roots from sunlight? It's because ये बहुत ही basic चीज है कि the roots are negatively phototrophic. Now, phototrophic means that's a kind of movement that the plants show towards a particular stimulus. In this case, light. But roots जो होते हैं, they always grow away from the sunlight. तो इसलिए if you allowing the roots to come in contact with the sunlight, the growth that they show will get diminished. Okay, so these are the reasons that you have to keep in mind, the processes you have to keep in mind while doing a hydroponic setup. Now, normally hydroponic setup is a very common school, let's say school projects or science exhibitions में. So if you want to make a setup yourself, you can do it. There are plenty of information in the internet regarding do-it-yourself hydroponic setups. Now let us talk about its pros and cons. Okay, so what are the pros? Pros means what are the advantages, and cons mean what are the disadvantages. So one of the major pros is it can be used for commercial production of vegetables like tomato, seedless cucumber, and lettuce. Okay, so we have all the material to make a salad. Now, in serious terms, all these vegetables are usually they require a lot of let's say man power to grow all these vegetables. So, in short, you can have a setup which does the pumping of water. You just have to add the nutrient and replenish water at times, and then you get all these vegetables. The second point is very important, that is you can identify the role of a particular nutrient. Okay, this is important. You can identify the role of a particular nutrient because it's much like a hit and trial method. तो आप क्या कर सकते हो कि when you are making the nutrient solution, you can skip a particular element or see कि उसके absence में how is the plant reacting. Plant में what are the different changes that are occurring. Now you can add it again and see कि what is the effect or now is the plant normally growing or is it not. Agar the plant is like normally growing even without the presence of that mineral, the mineral is not one of the essential elements और उसके बिना भी plant grow कर सकता है. Plus इसे identification of deficiency disorders. Plus उसके symptoms क्या होते हैं, that also you can know. Okay. Now the third point is if the place where you're living or the place where you want to do agriculture has infertile soil, this can be a very useful process. For thin infertile soil where agriculture can't be done. उसके साथ now there's another very big problem that is faced by people who do agriculture, that is of weeding. Now when there's a main crop here growing, let's say this is a main crop. Okay, तो जो main crop है, along with the main crop there are a lot of small plants that do grow with the main crop which compete with the main plant. Okay, and so as a result what happens is that you have to remove them to get optimum growth of your crop. So usually use weedicide, herbicide for those purpose, but in this case क्योंकि we are only growing the plant that we are requiring, so there is no requirement of weeding. Okay. Plus there is another issue of now normally when you're doing agriculture, what happens is that you get a lot of soil borne microorganisms. कभी कभार these microorganisms are very good for your crop, but most of the time some of the other disease causing microbes are also present जो आपके क्रॉप को नुकसान पहुंचा सकती है. So in turn जब we are not using soil at all, we don't have to think about the soil borne microorganisms. Okay, these are the pros.